Welcome back to DC Feud. I am your host, Vermillion. Today we're going to do a very new episode. We got Ed Teachers over here versus Team Surber. Again. We're going to meet both families, first going over to the defending champions. Alec Surber. That's your name.
It is indeed.
What do you do for fun?
Again, been here before. I'm the food enthusiast, and I love bringing my family out here to just come out here and compete.
It looks like a new lineup.
Yeah.
What happened to your old family?
They were like traveling and stuff like that. Weren't able to make it, so I had to bring some of my cousins and mainly my uncle right here, John.
And what do you hope to bring back from the last comp that you had?
Confidence. At the end of the day, it's all about confidence, and I feel like we have another chance of winning.
All right, and now you, good sir. What's your name?
Johnny Cox.
That's his name. What do you plan on winning? Like, why do you want to be here? Why do you want to win?
I'm just a dominant person. Winning is in my blood. I'm a Surber. So, yeah.
Good. And you weren't here with us last time. Why was that? Were you just not picked, or did you not want to be here?
Nah, I was overseas. I was overseas doing business, things of that nature.
What team?
I can't disclose that, but I was just overseas doing business.
Okay. And moving on, name, good sir?
Chris.
Chris what?
Hill. Surber.
Okay.
Chris Hill's my middle name, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, you're good. What do you do for fun?
Play football.
Has that gotten you anywhere?
No.
Okay. Why'd you come on the show?
Alec asked me to be here.
Awesome. And what about you?
Shank Surber.
Awesome. And what do you do? What's your hobbies?
Play football.
Has that gotten you anywhere?
Nah.
What position do you play?
Defensive tackle.
Yeah, I figured. What about you?
John Surber.
John Surber. Yep. Nice to meet you. What do you do? I don't think it's football.
Nah, I do track and tennis.
That makes sense. Has that gotten you anywhere?
Nah, I've been JV my whole life.
Yikes. Okay.
Bunch of winners, though. We're winners.
Winners, bunch of winners. And that's the Surber family. Moving on to the Edge teachers from the Edge hallway. Who do we have?
I'm Mr. Dutton.
What do you do in the Edge hallway?
I'm school counselor for the Edge hallway.
And who's your favorite teacher in that hallway?
It's hard to pick. I love all of them equally.
All of them equally? What's your opinion on that?
I think he's a liar.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because he's a liar.
Okay. And who are we here with?
Miss Loyal.
And what do you teach?
Humans.
Moving on. What's your name?
Amanda Abney.
And what do you do?
I'm a teacher.
And that's good. What do you teach?
Humans.
And what about you? What's your name?
Mr. Bullock.
And what do you teach?
English.
See, he's normal. He's normal. He's normal. What about you? What's your name?
Matt Timmons.
And what do you teach?
Alec Surber at one time.
Okay. And moving on to the actual game. We're going to have the first from each team come up. So that is Alec and Miss Beth. Okay. I'm sure you guys know how it works, right? The first person to buzz the table gets the first answer. You can try and get the first answer. Whoever gets the first answer goes ahead and takes the cake. All right? All right, for our first question, 5 answers on the board. Name something people do when they wake up.
Brush your teeth.
Brush their teeth is number 1 answer with 36 points. All right, we'll take it this way. All right, on to you. Name something people do when they wake up.
Shower.
Shower is the second answer, yes. All right, same thing, same question. Name something people do when they wake up.
Check their phones.
That is the third answer, straight down the line, yep. All right, don't mess it up. Name something people do when they wake up.
Turn off their alarm.
Yes, that is the fourth answer. Go right back to bed. All right, there's two more questions, or 2 more answers. Name something people do when they wake up.
Wake up their significant other.
That is your first wrong answer.
Children are on FaceTime with their people. They say good morning.
You have two more wrong answers before the Surber family can steal. And they're not talking at all. You guys don't think you're going to win? What? Okay. Name something people do when they wake up. You have two more answers to have.
I'm going to say use the restroom, like go pee.
It's a really good answer, but it's not up there now. So. All right.
That's wrong. Another wrong
Huh?
answer.
Right. We get two strikes.
No, probably not. All right, this is your last try. If you don't get this, the Surber family over there can steal. Yeah. All right. You have two answers left on the board. Name something people do when they wake up.
Eat breakfast.
Eat breakfast is the sixth answer with 5 points. All right. Now you don't say it. You have one last answer. Well, if you don't get it right, then they steal, and they get to guess.
They don't know anything.
Name something people do when they wake up.
Make the bed.
Make the bed is not on.
It's on there, Steve. All right, we're ready.
All right. Alec, name something people do when they wake up.
Go back to sleep.
No, that's the same answer. We hit the snooze.
Yeah, they said that. That's wrong. Going over here. The answer you guys missed was stretch. Stretch was. Yeah, you guys get those points. Yep. Taking our second person from each team. Come on up. John A. Cox, let's go. All right. Same rules apply. First person to touch it gets the try. All right. Second question. Name something you might bring to the beach. Johnny.
A towel.
A towel is the number one answer. 22 points. All right, Mr. Chris.
They live in a landlocked state. They don't know.
Name something you might bring to the beach.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen is the second answer with 19 points, yes. All right, my boy. Name something you might bring to the beach.
Ball.
Ball is not on there. That's your first wrong answer. Just ball. All right, name something you might bring to the beach.
Shades.
I like that answer, John.
Shades is 7 on the board, yes. Now, you had one strike. You have 2 more. All right. Name something you might bring to the beach.
Swimsuit.
Swimsuit is the third answer, yes. All right. Name something you might bring to the beach.
I mean, you could, but.
Flip-flops.
You said what?
Flip-flops.
Flip-flops are not on there now. That is your second wrong answer. You have one more answer before the edge teachers can steal all of your points. Name something you might bring to the beach.
A chair.
A chair is the fourth answer, yes. You have 2 more answers on the board. You are missing, or no, you got 3. You got 5, 6, and 8. Mister, name something you might bring to the beach.
Toys.
Sand toys is number 8. Like bucket or shovel, not beach ball. All right, you have 2 more. If you mess this up, Edge can steal. Name something you might bring to the beach.
An umbrella.
Umbrella is the 5th answer. You're missing 1 answer. If you get this right, yeah, you have 1 answer. You have 1 answer you're missing.
I don't like this pressure, Steve.
Alec, name something you might bring to the beach.
Friend.
You ain't got no friends. No, that's not up there. That is wrong. That's your 3rd wrong answer. Moving on to the Edge family. All right. It's you. You're answering.
Okay.
Name something you might bring to the beach.
A cooler with snack.
Cooler is the last answer, yes. All right, I'll have my third person in this group come up. All right. Name a job wearing a uniform but isn't in the military. Chris.
President.
President is not on there. Go. President. Wait, hold on. What? Name a job that requires a uniform but isn't the military.
I thought you said a suit. I'm sorry. I thought you said a suit.
Did I?
I interpreted. Sorry, I interpreted it.
Your answer?
Fast food or a restaurant.
Fast food is, wait, restaurant. Chef is fourth answer, yeah. All right. My boy, my boy, my boy. Name a job that requires a uniform but isn't in the military.
Firefighter.
Firefighter is the fifth answer. Name a job wearing a uniform but isn't in the military.
Police officer.
Police officer is the number one answer, yes. Name a job that requires a uniform but isn't in the military.
A bellhop.
That's a really good answer, but that's not up there now. It's your first wrong answer, yeah? Name a job requires using a uniform but isn't in the military.
A doctor or nurse.
Doctor or nurse. Yep, that is the second answer. You get 24 points. All right, you have the last answer. This is the last answer. It's you.
Why are we skipping her? Oh, because you went first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Name a job that requires wearing a uniform but isn't in the military.
Professional athlete.
No. Good answer. Not up there, though. All right.
Was it good enough?
Calm it down. Find that friend to bring to the beach.
All right, you have, this is your last one. If you don't get it, Surber family can steal. Name a job that requires wearing a uniform but isn't in the military.
Like a ship captain.
Ship captain is not up there now. All right. Yep, it's you. All right. Name a job that requires wearing a uniform but is not in the military.
Construction worker.
Construction worker is not on there. You guys win the points. The answer was flight attendant. All right, I'll have my fourth person come up from both groups. Name something you only do when you are sick. Go.
Go to the doctor.
Not up there.
Throw up.
Nope. Thinking too hard.
Take medicine.
Take medicine is the number one answer, yes. All right. Name something you only do when you are sick.
Drink tea.
Drink tea?
Hot tea.
No. Not up there, no. That's your first wrong answer. All right. Name something you only do when you're sick, Mr. Surber.
Stay in bed.
Stay in bed is not up there. This is your last answer until the edge teachers can win. You ready? Name something you only do when you are sick.
Called off of work.
Cancel plans is up there, yes. All right. Same thing with you. Don't sell it. If you sell it, points go over there. All right. Name some. Look over here. No, look over here. Name something you only do when you are sick.
Eat chicken noodle soup.
Not up there. No. All right. Name something you only do when you are sick.
Take your temperature.
Taking temperature is the last answer, yes. The answer you guys both did not get was the second one. It was wear a mask for 32 points.
That was 4 years ago, Steve.
All right, I'll have my fifth person from each group come up. All right. This will take the cake, all right? Name something people do when they are nervous. John.
They start shaking.
It's not a bad answer, but it is not on there now.
Sweat.
Sweat is the third answer, yes. Going back up to you. Name something people do when they are nervous.
They stutter.
Stutter. Not on there. No. Good answer, though. Good answer. All right. Name something people do when they're nervous.
Forget what they were gonna say.
That's a really good answer, but it's not on there. No, that's your second wrong answer. Last answer until the Surber family over there can steal. Put your phone up. All right. Name something people do when they are nervous.
They bite their nails.
Bite their nails is the number one answer with 46 points. Yes. All right. You're missing the rest of the answers. Name something people do when they are nervous.
They fidget.
Fidget is the fourth answer with 22 points. All right, my boy, my boy, my boy. Name something people do when they're nervous.
Twirl their hair.
Number 4, fidget or play with something. So that's the same thing. Over you guys.
I like that little two-step you got there.
All right, name something people do when they're nervous. Don't sell.
Can't tell me to not sell. Pace. Pace back and forth.
Pace is the second answer. You guys win that. Yep. The other answers that were not said were avoid eye contact, number 5, take deep breaths, number 6, and talk to themselves, number 7. We'll be back after this message for the final round.
Hi, my name is Alec Surber, Decatur Central's food enthusiast. Recently, I've been craving some new foods, but I just can't find anything original or organic. Introducing Way a Sub. Way a Sub is the new, hot, better Subway, so stop eating that garbage. Here at Way a Sub, you can order whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, at a terrible cost, with nothing but stuff that makes you fat. Plus, you get to eat with all your stupid idiots like our producer, Brandon. Way of the Sub. Custom sandwiches and questionable options.
I'm ready to
All right, we're going to ask you both 10 questions. You get 5 questions, she gets 5 questions, and you have to get 7 out of those correct.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Speed round. Name something you might find in a woman's purse.
Lipstick.
Name something people start but rarely finish.
A book.
Name something people do to feel younger.
Buy a new car.
Name a reason you might be late to work.
I'm sick.
Name a fruit you might put in a smoothie.
Banana.
All right, thank you. Oh, God. Okay, are you ready? You ready for your... I'm fully ready. Don't check the answers. Okay. You ready? He did pretty good, too. You ready? All right, let me know when you're ready. Name something you might find in a woman's purse.
A wallet.
Name something people start but rarely finish.
Exercising.
Name something people do to feel younger.
Makeup.
Name a reason you might be late to work.
Overslept.
Name a fruit you might put in a smoothie.
Strawberry.
All right.
So they won.
Yeah, we're cooked. bro.
All right.
Already lost.
And the teachers take the dub. They'll come back for the next episode, for episode 3. Say bye-bye to the Surber family. They won't be attending again. Any last words?
we're super happy to be here. Can't wait to come back and defend our title.
Awesome. And that is it for the final round. Thank you.